Hey everybody, what's going on? Let me do a quick audio test here. Hey everybody, what's going on? Alright, we're going to be playing some pinball. I haven't done this in a while. One of the reasons I'm doing this is that went and did a pinball presentation, like a live tutorial back in, this was back in September. And it meant I had to basically dismantle my whole pinball stream setup because we had it projected on a, a projector. And, man, it's really been 2 months. Yeah, so it's been 2 months since I've had my pinball rig hooked up. I actually got some arcade stuff in the mail today that I wanted to try to stream. And I would basically end up using this same stream rig to do that. But instead of getting that all set up, I figured I'd just get the stream rig set up again, get my cameras going, and just do a test pinball stream. And we'll play like an hour or two of Doctor Who. These are my friend's machines, my buddy Scott. So this is his Doctor Who. There's a Time Warp next to it, and then on the other side there's an Alien Poker, which I did an Alien Poker stream I think a couple months ago. That was the last pinball stream I did. That should be on my YouTube channel if you want to see that. This should be on my YouTube channel as well, assuming we don't get any, like, muted audio or anything like that. Come here, Chili. Come on. Come on. You want to say hi to everybody? Come on over. There you go. There you go. Alright, that's a good hello. Let's... Nope. She doesn't want to get down. You should eat. Alright, well, we're going to play Doctor Who. Volume is probably a little low. Let's see, we could probably do something about that. It's the middle of the day, so I don't really care. Alright. So we're just gonna start off with a bunch of loops. So I'll do Doctor 6 for that. This probably needs to be cleaned, and it also needs to be leveled. And I just now realize I haven't played pinball in like 2 months. So, but we should be fine. We'll warm up. Yeah, it definitely needs to be cleaned. So the loops are where the big points are. Every 10 loops, you light sonic booms, and then you can hit the ramps back and forth to collect up to 40 million points a shot. Every time you hit that upper ramp, it adds a multiplier. And by the time you get sonic booms activated, chances are you're maxed out on your multiplier. So your sonic booms are going to be 40 million. Go. Bam. And that's that. So you can also do the right ramp, which combos over to the H, and then that combos over to the big ramp. It's a really fun combo. Sometimes when I play this game, I'll just do W, and then H, and then O, and just do that over and over again. Now the actual combo does time out. So let's go ahead and backhand it, restart the combo. There we go, that's H. Oh, and I'm mistiming. And there we go, that reset the combo. Or continued the combo, I should say. So back to W. Oops. That was lucky. Sometimes you can backhand it on the fly. I don't really recommend it. I recommend definitely playing this game safe because it's very, very draining. Now I've also actually got a normal flipper on the left flipper. And I shouldn't really say I've got it. Scott's got it. Because when he brought the game over, the left flipper basically needed to be replaced. It was completely cracked and shattered. He didn't have any extra lightning flippers on hand. Lightning flippers are these slightly smaller flippers that make the center gap a little bit larger, and that's a drain. So yeah, playing for the WHO combo is fun, and it can get up to something like 12 million points, maybe 16 million a shot, something like that. Something in that ballpark. And but the problem is, like, you don't get as many points as quickly as you do if you play Sonic Booms, which is just the upper ramp. Now the thing about Sonic Booms is if you shoot the H or the O first, there's a diverter up there that stays up. And then you can basically just loop the upper ramp over and over, and it's guaranteed Sonic Booms as long as you can hit that shot. Sometimes you can backhand that, but it's not happening right now. Now Sonic Booms just timed out, so we just lost 40 million points, but we got 80. So we just got, you know, close to 100 million for that. And yeah, the W in HO is worth 12 right now. So it's 12, 24, 36. And then you might get some extra points too for, you know, just hitting the shots. Like Hang On can be lit. So you might actually get the Hang On top of the 12 billion. I'm not 100% sure though. I've got this big glare right by the flippers. And normally I wouldn't see that. Normally I sit back farther when I play, but I'm huddled like right by the flippers right now because my microphone stand is busted. I need to get a new one. And so the mic actually doesn't come all the way to my face like it normally does. Yeah, so there are some other things you can do on the game. The obvious one is up in the center of the playfield. It's multi-ball. Now, there's actually the center multi-ball target is actually, we think it's, well, there's something wrong with it. It's either needs to be replaced or a wire needs to be fixed or something like that. So it's probably going to trigger on its own. I didn't say this game was pristine by any measure, but yeah, it's playable. And if you're like me, where you usually play Sonic Booms, it's not really that big of a deal, but sometimes it doesn't act up, but we'll see. So yeah, what we can do is lock two balls. So let's try to do that. Again, I like to just play Dr. 2 really slow if I can. It's very easy for things to get out of control. And, you know, that's generally my play style with pinball, you know, normally. The one thing I can do is feed the ball over. Not like that. I actually did not mean to do it like that. What I can do is feed the ball over, try to hit the ramp. Never mind. That would have worked if I did W, H, and then O, but because I did H first, it diverted it around, so it wanted me to hit the upper ramp over and over again. So what I wanted to do is just get the ball over to the other flipper, and I probably could have just post-transferred, but we'll try that later. Bounce passes are your friend. Sometimes you can backhand it too, but it's a really tight backhand. And so now we have to just bash the wall. I just got a free hit. I heard it. And there's no saving that. Alright. There we go. So just bash the wall, and that's it. So now you got to hit one of those doors to start multi-ball. The center door is usually worth the most. And then the wall's going to come back up. And you just shoot all 3 doors. And you rinse and repeat. Yeah, like that spotter does a jackpot, because... Not a jackpot. You actually don't... I don't think you get any points until you actually hit all 3 doors. And that rejected. There we go. Very nice. Try to play nice and controlled. Look at that, very nice. One thing I sometimes do is I try to go for further sonic booms during multi-ball, because every time you hit that ramp, it keeps your multiplier up. Alright. So, one other thing that happens is these escape targets on the right, when you complete them, you light video mode. So if you shoot the left loop, there's only really one left loop, well, besides from this shot, you'll actually feed the ball to the pop bumpers, and that has a couple of different properties. For one, if you shoot too early and brick, you can drain. But you can either hit the pops and the ball will bounce back out, or it'll fall down to the right and you'll activate video mode. Oops. Hopefully that comes out. That's not going to come back. That's too late. Oh, we came back. Alright, so I'm going to go for that left loop. I'm going to show you some video mode. There we go. So you hit one flipper to jump low, and you hit both flippers to jump high. And if you jump at the right time, you'll get some extra points. And you jump into the TARDIS. And if I wanted to, I could just play that left loop all day. You could advance your bonus multiplier by hitting that. Now, interval bonus in this usually isn't very large. But, you know, like a lot of games, if you have a really good ball, really good long ball, and you get that multiplier up, and you collect your doctors, which is another gameplay mechanism I haven't talked about, you can actually end up getting some bonus. If you're playing something like League or competition, you know, some bonus like that could actually save you. Hey, Spacebuck, thank you for the host. I want that machine. Yeah, so there's a really neat mechanic in this game with the doctors. You'll notice that underneath the dot matrix display, there are 7 doctors listed. And each doctor has different properties. And the most important doctors are probably 6 and 7 when it comes to scoring. But I think it's either 4 or 5 that is also quite useful. And they all have their usefulness, but for the most part, when it comes to scoring in particular, 6 and 7 is the way to go. So Doctor 6 will keep your upper loop multipliers going longer, which is good because that means your playfield is multiplied. The upper loop multiplier multiplies the entire playfield, everything. So that's really important when you're trying to score. That's how you get, you know, 40 million sonic booms as opposed to what's the multiplier? 10 million sonic booms or something like that. So also Doctor 7, you'll notice that when I was bashing that wall during, you know, to get ready for multi-ball, It didn't take that many hits to get the ball down. Granted, I got a couple free hits because of that loose switch. But Dr. 7 will progress towards that much, much faster. So if you're trying to really just focus on multi-ball, you want to play Dr. 7. If you want to just focus on sonic booms and just really big points really fast, outside multi-ball, Dr. 6 is the way to go. And again, the other doctors have some neat properties as well. I think it might be Dr. 2 I'm thinking of, where the repair targets on the left stay lit longer, or they're worth more points or something like that. Dr. 1 will spot an extra escape letter when you feed the ball down to where video mode starts. So that basically means you can light video mode faster, and yeah. So there's another really cool feature too, is you can actually basically transport the doctors out, and they'll stay with you for the rest of the game. So there's a target here at the bottom of the upper ramp called the transmat target. And you can build your transmat value or energy level by hitting the pop bumpers. And how fast that transmat builds depends on sort of the order of the pop bumpers that the ball hits. It's kind of interesting. I think Dr. 5 might actually be the one that builds the transmat value faster, and it might be, we'll have to figure it out as we play a couple more games. Dr. 4 might be the one where he spots other doctors, and how this all works is also dependent on you know, software settings. So with how it's currently set right now, these might be default settings, but don't quote me on that. You know, when you collect a doctor, it's good for the rest of the game. And you know, if you complete video mode, I think it spots a doctor, and so it's entirely possible to collect all the doctors. And if you do that, you'll have all their properties in play at once. So you'll have the fast multi-ball start, you'll have the fast transmat building, you'll have the fast video mode progression, the longer playfield multiplier. One of the doctors extends your WHO timers, so when you start sonic booms or you're trying to just do WHO combos, they last longer. And so it's entirely possible to have all the doctors in play at once. And then, you know, if you can do that on ball 1, you know, and you've got the software settings set to where they don't reset after each ball, you can go through the whole game with all the doctors, and you know, to maximize your points and make certain objectives easier. All right, Patchouli, let's get down. Let's get down, girl. Good girl. All right, so let's do another game. All right, so I actually meant to add some extra balls in here, some brand new balls. A friend of mine a couple weeks ago gave me a bunch of these balls, these ninja pinballs. No, you gotta get down. You gotta get down. Trying to play some pinball. He gave me some ninja pinballs. He apparently got some for a tournament, so this is sort of like a free shout out to them. Thank you for sending my friend some pinballs. I think he gave a bunch away at the tournament, and then he had some left over, and so he gave them to me. And so I meant to put them in the machine, and yeah, it's Pinball Baron, no, ballbaron.com apparently. So he told me if I ever did a stream, I should give him a shout out, and they're right here next to me. So yeah, just enough balls to put in this machine, and but yeah, I didn't manage to do that just yet. Hey, Wolf, how's it going, man? So yeah, what we're gonna do is let's do Doctor Number 1 and maybe just play a lot of video mode. And there we go, it spotted me E and S, so 2 escape letters. Very nice. There's 2 more, and so then this one, if I get it, it'll light video mode. So video mode can actually be pretty valuable if you're going for, you know, like multipliers. So if I get into video mode with, you know, 4x playfield, I'll get some decent points for it, especially on later video mode levels. And it's out. Ball got stuck right here. That was disappointing. So let's go ahead and get video mode lit. If I really wanted to, I could hit the escape targets as well, but it doesn't always work out so well. One of his escape targets is a little funky. I think it's the P. But video mode's lit now, so if I wanted to, I could go for Sonic Booms. It'll take me 6 shots to get up to my 4 times playfield multiplier. It goes 1.5x, 2x, 2.5x, 3x, 3.5x, 4x. And since we've got it maxed out, we will just play Sonic Booms until we miss. Bam. The Sonic Boom noise in this game is one of my favorite sounds in Pinball. One of the fun things about this era of Williams games is they would get louder when sort of important things would happen. Like when you played Bram Stoker's Dracula and you get jackpots, you know, the jackpot noise would be really loud. And it would actually sort of snowball depending on how many multi-balls you had going at once. And with this, it's Sonic Booms. Once you get the Sonic Booms going, the volume just cranks up. Alright, so there we go, video mode. And we've got 3.5 times playfield, so... And the first video mode's not worth a lot of points. Yeah, 15 mil. Not great. But we'll try to get back into it. There we go, video mode's lit again. Ooh, look at that. That was convenient. Oh, and that was awful. I tried to lower the flipper early enough to where the ball would fall down to the right flipper. But look, we got a game over, so that was bad. Yeah, well, sort of a woof. If you are going head to head with a really excellent player, and you're both smashing out Sonic Booms, it can just go on forever. So, I love smashing out Sonic Booms in this game. It's a really fun strategy for me, but it is grindy, and if the game is shooting really well in a tournament setting or competition, it's a grind. Not a whole lot of room for flexibility in scoring. I mean, you could do multi-ball, but multi-ball to me is the riskier strategy. Sonic Booms are, you know, if you can dial in that upper ramp, it's the safer strategy. Because as long as you don't miss, you have guaranteed control over the ball. It feeds a flipper every single time. Whereas in multi-ball, you're a lot more likely to miss. Multi-ball, it also takes you more work to get to it, even if you're on Dr. 7. And if you're playing competition, you can actually sort of block your opponent out. You can lock a ball, and if the other opponent wants to lock a ball, he has to hit the center target. And it's kind of interesting. So there is some extra depth if you're playing in competition, which is kind of interesting. It's something that's oftentimes not talked about. So so what do I want to do here? I just kind of want to experiment around a little bit. So let's see what Dr. 3 does here. More time for who? Which actually isn't what I really want right now. But why not? We'll just do WHO. So this basically means we'll just get added time for our combos, as well as Sonic Boom. So when Sonic Booms activate, we have more time to take care of those. I was trying to backhand there on the fly, and it's not worth doing. Not worth doing at all. Yeah, I'll take a free ball lock. Why not? So one thing I could do, if I really wanted to, is play... Oh, I don't know. Play for, like, the transmat. Transmat the Doctor out, which gives me his power for the rest of the game, and then switch over to Dr. 6, or something like that. That was a tilt warning. That was a very, very clean drain. I couldn't really do anything about that. What I probably should have done is looked, but I wasn't really looking at the ball, so what I have a natural tendency of doing is when the ball gets towards the out lanes, just give the machine a good smack with both hands. But sometimes you might want to just, I don't know, shake the machine to the left or right instead, or maybe even try to pull it in just a teensy tiny bit. It all depends on, like, if the ball is towards, I don't know, the upper post, or if it's towards the bottom post, or if it's towards the outer wall. And those are things that are really difficult to get the hang of. So we'll go ahead and just stick with Dr. 3 for the whole game. And that is out. Oh yeah, Fishtails is a great game. I love Fishtails. So one other strategy that players do is, you know, if there's enough ball momentum, they'll just let the ball hop over from, say, the left-hand side. And it is something I can do on this machine. It's just very inconsistent. It would be different if the game was really clean, but it's not. Like, it needs to be clean. Also, the flippers are a little, I don't want to say spongy, but they're not super snappy either. Like, they don't feel super strong. There we go. We still got the WHO combo. And one of the reasons we got that was that, you know, our timer on WHO is extended because of Doctor number 3. Now, this game is definitely leaning to the right. And we've had the game in here for a couple of months. And I haven't bothered really leveling it. I just have been so lazy, I haven't felt like getting underneath the machine. So I've just been playing it as is. But that can be frustrating, because games like Doctor Who, I mean, a lot of games will, you know, they won't really benefit at all from a lean. Some will. Some leaning games will make shots easier. But games like Doctor Who, you really want it to be level. Especially if the ball, you know, pops out of one of the holes up top. You know, I have multiple drains where, like, it would have come down to the left flipper, but because it's leaning right, it went straight down the middle instead, and that's really frustrating. Same with if you brick your H shot and it ricochets off the post, it might hit the side rail and then come off and then again go straight down the middle or something like that. Yeah, Chanty, you're right. Doesn't have a wizard mode. Doesn't have a very deep rule set. I mean, yeah, I guess I wouldn't call the rule set deep, but it is interesting because there is a lot of flexibility to the rules. So there's, you know, you can goof off and play a lot of different ways, which is fun. You know, if you're just grinding out multi-ball, if you're just grinding out, you know, the upper loops, it can get, you know, a little repetitious. Same with comboing WHO all day, but at least that feels really good. It's a lot of fun. But there are a lot of smaller goals to do, like trying to get to video mode level 4. You'll get a, you know, a special playback clip when you do that. One thing I like to do when I play, kind of like when I play Pinball, I try to get through all the planets. What I'll do on Doctor Who is I'll try to collect all the doctors on the transmat. And that's really tough to do. I think I've only done it once or twice since I've had the machine in here. So I'll intentionally hit the pop bumpers, and then once the transmat's charged up, I'll intentionally try to feed it up to the H shot, and then hit this small stand-up over there, which is really difficult to hit. And it's risky, too. So, but if you can get all 7 doctors that way, it's pretty satisfying. And then getting to Davros during the multi-ball is quite the challenge as well. So that is, you know, a good goal to be able to do as well. I think I've only done that once or twice, although, to be fair, I haven't played a lot of Doctor Who over the last few years. I actually had this game in my apartment once before. It was one of the first machines I had in here, and it was the exact same one. I've actually got a YouTube pinball video of it. It was one of my first pinball videos ever. And, yeah, the exact same machine. And, and since then, I haven't really been able to play that much. That was about 4 years ago. maybe 5 years ago, actually. Because I think it was 2013 when I did that. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is let's mess around with Doctor Number 2. Doctor Number 2 makes the builds the hang-on score faster, apparently. So hang-on is a score you can get, or some score you can get that lights up on the H shot, and it should light whenever you hit the right in lane. And how you build that, I'm not entirely sure. But maybe we could figure it out. But you'll notice that, depending on the doctor that you've picked, its area of the playfield will be highlighted by a very specific arrow. So you'll notice that there's a 2 lit right around here, which I guess basically indicates that the hang-on is worth more. Really? I mean, just 300? I would definitely make some kind of offer, man. That's a cool game. I want to put more time into that. I've only gotten to play it a couple times at the, in Papa's collection, and that's it. I know it's not super deep either, but I know it's being good with all your shots is really important in that game, from what I can tell. It's got a lot of unique shots too. So I can just hop it over like that. Ooh, that was bad. Funny thing is, Shenty, I bet it still works fine. Just needs a good cleaning. Maybe some of the mechanics need to be swapped out. Or not. I don't know. Yeah, definitely offer them some money, man. Why not? So one thing I do, this is just out of habit, I've always had this habit, is I'll sort of click the flippers up to sort of just try, it helps me like get into a rhythm with the sonic booms. And one thing I do sometimes is, if I think I'm gonna miss a certain shot with the sonic booms, I'll just go for a different shot. Because you only have a certain amount of time to get your first shot. After that, the timer resets. Man, that was bad. Getting some awful drains. I'm gonna blame the super bands. We've got super bands on the game. I think they're the exact same super bands from when Scott first had this in here, like 5 years ago. Man, those suckers have gotten dirty too. Did I really put that much time onto this game? Because when he brought it in, I did I cleaned it pretty well. And it's already quite dirty again. I must have put a lot of time onto it once he replaced the flippers. But I don't remember. I've had so many other things going on this month. The last couple months, actually. Alright, there we go. We can hop it over. $40 million! Yeah, so that was 120 million points. Not counting whatever millions I got up there for just hitting a regular loop, and not counting whatever I might have gotten for the hang-on shot. And from what I understand, it should multiply the million that it's giving you. So every time it says million, you should actually be getting 4 million. See, now we've gotten into a WHO rhythm. which is riskier, but it can be really satisfying. So in situations like that, sometimes what I'll do is, if the ball's in the right flipper, I'll just go for the H shot. Oh my god, seriously. Sonic Boom over. We just lost 120 million points. So that was a bit of a mistake there. You know, I tried hopping it over, but it failed to hop over. And there we go, we just lost our Sonic Boom. So, the best way to do it usually is just to hit the H on the, not the H, but the W on the fly from the left flipper. Now, if you can hop it over like that, that's the best way to do it, but the problem is that's really inconsistent. The feed is very inconsistent. You'll notice that sometimes it hops over really easily. A shot like that, that wouldn't have hopped over. And you've got to make that decision on the fly, like, okay, is this going to hop or is it not going to hop? That's not going to hop. So I went ahead and shot on the fly. You have to really pay attention. That's not going to hop either. Got a good rhythm down here now. Ooh, God. I am not as fast with my flippers as I used to be. See, that hopped, but I got lucky in that backhand. That was still risky. That's more like it. See, that's a good hop. I could tell by how fast the ball was rolling down. Now, if I can get a hop like that, that's ideal. Even if I'm just going for WHO. Oh, look at that. See, you can just, you've got to watch the ball. If you wanna hop it over successfully. Sonic Boom, there we go. Bam. More Sonic Boom. That's not hopping. That is definitely not hopping. You see how the ball sort of jiggled around? The ball lost all its momentum because of that. Oh, man. Keep missing. I keep missing. Alright, so that wasn't gonna hop. And if I have any neighbors in the complex right now, they probably hate me at the moment. Let's, can we play some video mode? Can we play some video mode? We got some video mode lit. There we go. I heard video mode light, so I was like, you know, I might as well play it. Alright, there we go. So back to Sonic Booms. And back to draining. I think that's game. It's ball 3, I think. Yeah. Good score, though. I mean, 1.6 bill. Pretty good score. Yeah, we got some multiplier, nothing too crazy. So yeah, that's actually our best game so far in terms of scoring. Alright, so we'll do Doctor number 4. I think Doctor number 4 might be the repair targets one, come to think of it. So let's go ahead and launch. Unlimited millions. Oops. Damn it, Doctor number 3, you got in my way. Yeah, so if you let the doctors sit for too long, it'll actually start cycling through them. And so we ended up picking Doctor number 3 again. But you know what we'll do is we'll go for the transmat. So we'll hit the pop bumpers and build that transmat up. And then we'll try to get rid of Doctor number 3, which will switch us to a different doctor. You can see our transmat charging is at halfway. And every time it goes into the video mode scoop, it spots us in an escape letter. So we are progressing towards video mode as we grind away here. And if I wanted to, I could backhand, you know, the W. Ooh. Let me get that nasty lean. And I'm having a hard time doing a flick pass from either flipper. So the flick pass is where you just let go of the flipper button barely, and the flipper will just sort of do a baby tap. It'll barely drop, and it'll baby tap. So our transmat's at 75%. We want to get it all the way up. We're not getting any good. There we go. Transmat is 100%. Oops. Ooh, and we just got it. So we got a nice little reject there. Stern Beetles? Haven't really seen much about it, Chenti. Isn't it kind of like a sort of like a take on Sea Witch? I saw a couple snapshots of it real quick. That's it, and it kind of looked like a modified Sea Witch. But yeah, so basically what happens is when you collect a doctor off the transmat, it seems like it cycles down to your next doctor. But we should be able to switch. Yeah, so we're able to switch. Let's see. Let's go to doctor number 5. It says more doctors. So he basically builds the transmat value faster. So one strategy is to just play doctor number 5 to start off with. Like, look at that. We just got a couple hits and it's already a quarter of the way full. Video mode is lit. Transmat's ready. It's a reskin of Sea Witch. Okay. That's what it looked like. I mean, is that legit Stern Pinball or is somebody else making it? If Stern's making it, I think that's pretty awesome. I hope they do more games like that. Alright, so that's right. Transmat's ready. Let's try to hit that target. Ooh, we got it! Such a hard target to hit, man. Let's go ahead and... Sometimes you can also backhand it up into the pop bumpers. So if I have the ball in the right flipper, what I also do sometimes is I'll just backhand the right ramp. It's not really worth anything. We just got 500,000 for that. Not worth much, but I mean it's a free 500k. Like, why not? Stern and Kapow Pinball. Oops, I didn't want to do that, but that's okay. I just made my shot too early. So again, what I can do now is I'm going to actually switch over to doctor number 1, because I'd rather collect him first, because that makes video mode more easily accessible. I'm trying to hit that transmat target now, but it's very difficult to do. You can also sometimes hit it from the bottom flipper, but it's a really, really tight shot. Got it. Looks like we're going to get some sonic booms too. Alright, so Doctor 2 is the last one, then we'll have all the doctors. Andy. Well, we got video mode lit now, too. Alright. Oh, it looks like we lost some doctors. So, there is, I'm pretty sure, a way to lose doctors. Like, if you don't collect them a certain way, they go away, but I still haven't really figured out how that works. Because it said we had Doctor 6 and Doctor 7. It's really weird. I don't know. We actually tested this a couple months ago, and we were just getting doctors from collecting them on Transmat, and they never went away. But then we collected them on video mode as well, and they never went away. But now they're going away. I have no idea what the deal is. Maybe we didn't have enough Transmat value at one point. But that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyone watching the YouTube stream, feel free to comment. Let's go with Dr. 7. And that is draining. Well, that was a crappy end to a relatively crappy game. Not too crappy. I mean, we got some doctors. So the intention on that game was actually to just play Doctor Number 4. And with Doctor Number 4, spots an extra repair letter. So with the repair targets, you can just try to hit them over and over. And it tells you what the target value is. And it's actually kind of an interesting gameplay mechanic. Not really one that's it's not one that's super controllable. Yeah, there was a little flick pass. Because the targets are just perfectly flat. You know, it's not like they're at an angle or something like that, which, you know, lets you hit them a little bit easier from different flippers. But I know that when you complete the target banks, like the total target bank value for a completion raises. And so it says 36. That might be our overall score. Yeah, it is our overall score. And we can get some big points if we start building that multiplier. And my cat's hair is all over this machine. I don't have a rag here, but it's dusty, man. All right, we'll try that again. Oops. Yeah, so it actually seems like the repair target value starts really low. It was saying like it was 250k. So it's almost like you've got to complete the target bank up there to make it worth more. But the more times you complete it, within a certain period of time, the higher the value becomes. So it's 750k now. Yeah, targets are now 2.5 million a shot. And we don't even have any multipliers right now. And there's that drain. The right outlane drains are really nasty right now because, again, it's leaning to the right pretty hardcore. So when you see the ball bouncing around over there, there's almost nothing you can do about it. I still try to shake the machine, but with how far it's leaning to the right, it doesn't really help. I want to kind of do that strategy again. We're going to do Doctor Number 4. And just try to hit those repair targets. Getting a nice little free ricochet into the lock is fine. Because it at least means that the ball is safe. And I get a free plunge, which gives me a free flip on the right flipper. Yeah, so it's saying 2 million a shot. Whoa. There we go. It's a good on-the-fly shot. Risky. I don't usually do on-the-fly shots, but it worked. Yeah, so targets are 2.4 million apiece now. So the repair targets will actually time out, and their value will reset. So that's one thing that's kind of interesting about playing this way, is you can build the value and then just try to keep that value going as long as you possibly can. Very, very risky, but it's just always interesting for me to see how high I can get certain point values like that. So they're blinking faster and faster and faster. They're 2.8 now. And now if I can get some multipliers up, that's out. So out, man. But they were blinking faster and faster and faster. I didn't want them to time out. So what I should have done is actually just not even flipped from the upper flipper. Because I think with the lean, it should actually feed down and not hit the slingshot, theoretically. Yeah, so it's 1.2, and that's because we've got a multiplier going right now. So it is kind of interesting, actually, trying to just hit those repair targets over and over. So if you pick Doctor number 4, it spots an extra repair target, very much like Doctor 1 spots a escape letter. And so you can actually complete the repair bank in 3 shots if you do it right. That is... oh, not going out. Here we go. $1 million. Need some good drop catches there. Still got some targets. That's good. That was a bad shot, but it ricocheted into the targets. That's fine. 2.4. That's without a multiplier. Ooh, and it looks like we actually collected Doctor number 4. And number 3 and 2. We actually collected 3 doctors. No, we actually collected 2. Oh, huh. All I was doing is holding the flipper up. I was using it as like a safety measure, but that lean, man, to the right is really bad. Alright, let's do Doctor number 1, just in case we get some more video mode action going. I actually want to do a playthrough here where we just go for video mode again. So I want to show you all the video modes. That'd be nice. I'm not going to do it right now. We'll try to dedicate a whole game to that, unless I light video mode by accident. Because you'll notice that, you know, the ball will bounce into the escape targets. And the ball bounces up there a lot too. So we just got video mode lit. So yeah, so the target value actually reset. Because it went back to 500,000. There's another video mode. And I always get video mode 2 messed up. You have to do a baby hop at first, and then a big hop. So I messed that up. Not a big deal. Video mode's not really our goal on this gameplay session. Or this game. We'll try to do video mode next game. Yeah, and you see, like, this is kind of like where Doctor Who can be kind of fun, because you can just goof off and just try different things like this. And it really requires you to play differently than you would if you're just going for loops or multi-ball all day. And we will do a couple more games where we try to just do multi-ball, and then we just try to do, you know, sonic booms. See how many loops we can get. I think my highest loop count is like 200 something. Yeah, there's Dave Hubbard, 252. I think I must have just breached like just barely 200, or maybe it was like 230 or something like that. But I did get to Davros level 1, which is very nice actually. I don't think I ever actually did that. Not when Scott first had the machine here. So I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so, Doctor number 1, we're just going to do video mode. There we go. Alright, one more. I went ahead and just hit the targets. Oh, look at that! That's perfect. That's a perfect kind of ricochet. Yeah, so something I haven't mentioned, but you probably noticed it already, but I do have, well, Scott has a color DMD in here. And I will say, this era of Williams isn't the best for color DMD games, but it is still pretty cool actually seeing, you know, the different Dalek colors and whatnot. Like, the regular Daleks and then gold Daleks and whatnot. So if you've seen any episodes of Doctor Who, more specifically the color versions, not the old black and white ones, you know, it's fun seeing the Daleks in color, and you can actually see them on the playfield too. You have blue Daleks, silver Daleks, gold Daleks. And some of them have very specific names. I don't remember what they are. It's actually been years since I've seen Doctor Who. They had it on Netflix, and when Scott first brought the game over, again, this is like 5 years ago, I started watching the series, and I watched a couple seasons, starting with. It was when they basically like reboot the franchise in the early 2000s, and I watched all the way up until, man, they switched a couple doctors. I forgot who the actors were, but and then Netflix took it off. I was like, oh, that's a bummer. And then I haven't watched any episodes since. So we're gonna try to go for that video mode again, but I'm having a hard time here. Let's hit those escape targets. I don't think video mode is lit right now. I don't think I relit it anyway. Now it's relit. Yeah, so that was actually a good, like, you know, slap back and forth. I didn't flip both flippers at the same time. It might look like it, but I just barely, like, hit one of the flippers just before the other. And it's a very, very fast maneuver, but if you can get good at doing that, you can make some really quality saves. Sometimes he'll give the machine a good nudge with both hands too, just to either hop the ball over a little bit easier, or to you know, say if I do a bounce pass, the ball's more likely to bounce over. Yeah, so I actually don't know these patterns from here on out, so we're just going to be winging it, which means I have to react really quickly. You know, video mode's lit again, so it looks like you can stack your escape letters. That might just be a Doctor number 1 thing. I don't know. bad. Were we on ball 2 or were we on ball 3? No, it was ball 2. Okay. The video mode should be lit. So what I should do right now is, you know, if I'm really thinking points, I should switch over to Doctor 5 since I can collect the other doctors faster. You know, maybe it's collecting doctors with Doctor number 5 that keeps you from actually like holding on to them from ball to ball. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't quite figure it out. That was actually a good sort of like slap to grab the ball, because it actually kind of pushed the ball in the opposite direction, which was really good with that nasty right lean. Yeah, sometimes the ball will hit one of the pops and the pop will just shoot the ball all the way back out, which is kind of frustrating. And that's it, man. Alright, so we're at an hour. I want to do a couple more games. I do want to get through all the video modes, though, so let's go ahead and try to do that. Let's go ahead and reset the game. Back to Doctor number 1. There we go. And there we go. Video mode's lit. I intentionally backhanded it into those targets. Now I'm actually kind of curious. I noticed that there are multiple score values on the escape letters. And I wonder if completing the escape bank raises the value of video mode. I wonder if that's what I'm seeing. Alright, I'll take it. I really try not to death save right now because my game actually isn't on any set of sliders or anything, so it's like digging right into the floor. So unfortunately that was a good smooth slide. Yeah, man, those outlane drains can get really frustrating. Yeah, so this is something I'll have to test with Glass Off. Like, is video mode worth more if your escape letters are built higher? I don't think they are. I think you just get more points for the escape letters, and that's it. Which is actually not too bad if you've got, like, 6... No, not 6. I keep saying, thinking 6x playfield, but like 4x playfield. Special's lit. Interesting. Okay, so if I complete the escape targets again, I'll get a special. Which that's actually not something I've ever done before. I've never bothered to try. And looks like I got the special. Hey, Slick, how's it going? Yeah, so it looks like the value of the escape letters, they're back down to 500,000, so there's probably no point in me hitting them anymore. Oh, that would actually have been Sonic Boom, I believe. Yeah, Sonic Boom next is the next loop. Come on, video mode. You can do it. There you go. Alright. Very cool. There we go. We just spotted 2 letters. Haha, no, pinball is awesome, man. It's very, very fun. Alright, so I'm gonna try to loop the ball all the way around so I can hit the escape letters. And I can really just hit any of them. Yeah, I can basically just hit any of them. That's what's really cool about Doctor Number 1, is any escape letter will do, he'll still spot one of the letters. So if you're just trying to go for video mode all day, that's, you know, that's not a bad strategy. Yeah, and these are ways I never would have bothered to play back when I first had this machine here, so it's really fun doing this. Yeah, they are pricey. It's the obstacles that I hate. Yeah, Slick, they are expensive, and it all depends on the game, though. You know, if you get a really, really old one, you can get a really old one for just a few $100. Something like this will cost you a few grand. There we go. I forgot about that one. Oh man, yeah. So that would have actually been worth a lot of points had we bothered to get the you know, 4x playfield going. Ooh, that's what you get for missing. There we go. We got extra points. We're getting all 7 doctors legitimately. So we got 40 million points for that because we hit the pop so many times. We got 17x bonus. So we got an extra 36 mil on top of that. Oh yeah, Dirty Harry's great, man. I actually used to own one for a very short period of time. I wish I was able to keep it, but yeah, that was a really fun game. Really good flow in that one. Dirty Harry has a huge upper ramp like this game does, but it's even bigger and it's even more satisfying to hit. I'm gonna get my multiplier up and then try to play video mode. Bam, there we go. Wave 5! I think it's the same as Wave 1, actually. Actually, no, it looks different. $32 mil. See, that's not bad. Oh! That's why you don't keep your flippers up. That's why you don't keep your flippers up, man. Alright, so this next game, we're just trying to do multi-ball over and over. And then, I guess in our final game, we'll just try to do loops over and over. So, Doctor number 7 to make multi-ball progression a little bit easier. A little bit smoother. Assuming you can get the first 2 locks. Which sometimes is easier said than done. Especially when your game is leaning to the right. We'll try the backhand. Oh, got the backhand. And we're gonna go ahead. I like to try to hit sort of like near the middle. Whoa! Yeah, like I said, we're getting a couple free hits because of that center target being weird. And there we go. We want to hit the center. Bam, just like that. Now you can also stage your upper flipper. Which means you can let go of the flipper button. It's like one thing I could do here. Is basically try to get sonic booms going, which will get my multiplier up. Like Davros is worth 100 mil right now. Here it is, Davros jackpot. Oh man, that was good. I'm happy with that. Oh, and it still gave it to me. Whew, okay. So if I wanted to keep going with that, I would, I'd have to hit the center target. Yeah, and the center target's all bugged up. It's crediting me shots, so I might not have actually earned one of those Davroses. But it's okay, at least we got to see it. We'll go ahead and do it again. Go ahead and get these loops up, get our multiplier going. I feel like the locks should be lit right now, but Something's going on with them. Maybe it's buggy or something. Yeah, there goes our sonic boom, unfortunately. Oh no, there they are. Wow. So you just gotta hit the center target over and over and over again. That's interesting. There we go. And we gotta bash that wall. I feel like what was supposed to happen... Oops. Back at Davros again. I thought it was supposed to give me one of those balls back, but apparently not. So now we can relock both balls to restart multi-ball. Because we didn't get a jackpot. And that's that. I got a tilt warning for that. Come on. Oh well. That's still pretty cool. Alright, we'll try to go for that middle target again. There we go. Yeah, so you're supposed to get a good center shot on it, and you relock your balls that way. Something else I forgot to mention is extra balls are turned off, which is why we haven't been getting any. Extra balls are generally set for you finish WHO in X amount of times and it'll light extra ball, and you can probably light extra ball other ways too. Alright, so I'm back to Doctor number 7. This is one of the things that keeps me from playing multi-ball in competition, is it's risky. Like, I just had to do, you know, 2 big saves there, twice back to back. I'm lucky I didn't tilt. And then, of course, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go for loops instead. And, of course, I bricked and I drained. So we're almost an hour and a half in. What I'm going to do is do one more game, and we'll just do Sonic Booms all day. We'll try to do Sonic Booms all day. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video to see if I got some accidental triggers on Davros. But yeah, I do intend on uploading this to my Pinball YouTube channel. And I'll probably try to do that immediately after this is over. Assuming that the archive is ready. It should be ready. Twitch's archives are usually ready right away. Let's go ahead and do this. So, because we're just doing loops all day, we're going to stick with Doctor number 6. It means the playfield multiplier will stay up the longest. And if you want to just do loops, it's just hit H and then O until the Sonic Boom round starts. Again, we want to... Oh, for Christ's sake, man. I don't think we can do game restart either. Can we do game restart? Let's see if we can do it. Holding on the button. Holding on the button. No game restart. Ah, that sucks. Alright, well, we'll just play it out. Really, really bad ball 1. Try to... Oh, I was going to say try to backhand it. I'll take that. Thank you, Slingshot. Bam, there we go. 40 million. Not 40 million. Oh, 40 million. Not 40 million. Did we still get it? We got it. Man, these are some really bad sonic booms. One more, we're gonna tilt. Alright, let's try this again. I'll take that. Yeah, we lost it. It's okay. We post transfer, there we go. So the idea with doing the post transfer instead of hitting the W is that if you hit the W, you'll combo the WHO over and over. And we don't want to do that. We want to hit the O up top as rapidly as possible. And the way to do that the most effectively is to hit the H first. Oh, I forgot I was on 2 warnings. 2 warnings. Oh, that was terrible. Well, that was a pretty bad final game. I mean, score-wise, it was okay. You know, almost 800 million. Or was it just over 700? Yeah, just over 700. But, not a big deal. We already had some pretty good loop games. And I'm glad we were able to show off most of the game. I can't really think of anything else to really talk about or show off. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just a heads up for the people that follow the Pinball YouTube stuff that I do. I do still have 3 gameplay videos that I need to commentate. I've had the gameplay recorded for over 6 months now. It's Getaway High Speed 2, Sharky Shootout, and Gottlieb Soccer. And I need to get to those soon, so hopefully stay tuned for those. And then the other 3 games I have in here, I'll try to do commentaries and gameplays of eventually. So, yeah, but we'll see. But I'm going to head out. Thanks for watching, guys. And, yeah, I guess until next time, take it easy.